presentation.
I know I gotta bring them down, bring them cause they call me to switch. Go ahead, cause I don't wanna give it up. If anybody wanna come and play the
switch my old status that's from sinner to saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know they own the inner retain. So we must live out our lives with a sense of restraint.
What's going on, my fellow good people? I hope you all are well. It is another great day here on the RH3 Show, and I'm live and direct out of North Carolina. What's going on, you people? You people, my people. My people. What's up, y'all? Listen, we got a great show planned for you. On today, we got, of course, our regular segments, Inside Scoop is Red. That's where I give you my honest, unscripted opinion on today's world and entertainment news. Nina Taylor got the inside news on the gospel news for the week. So she'll be talking to you about that, and also gospel charts. And, we got a Real Talk with Red topic today about men and friendships. So we're going to break that down, and we might peel out of here early, but, we're going to keep it going. I don't know. It is what it is. You guys, I had to have a busy week. This is Holy Week. And the reason for that yawn is because I'm tired. But I only went to one service on this weekend, which was last night when my pastor spoke, Dr. Martha Starks, and tonight is Reverend Dr. Lehman Brown, and he's speaking tonight, and we having a good time. It's all Holy Week. The IMF, the Interdenominational Ministerial Fellowship, is hosting the Holy Week services, and a church here or nearby city is hosting it this year, and so we always have a wonderful time in the Lord each year, and so yeah. But anyway, how y'all doing? Let me know. Get your snacks and everything ready, because we're gonna jump into our next break, which is our little chit chat and talk time or whatever. It is the RH3 Show. For more about me and the broadcast, visit my website at therh3show.com. I'll be back in a moment. All right. Are you looking for an experienced and passionate video production company that values your time and resources? Then look no further. 1301 Productions specializes in creative promotional concepts that promote your product, brand, or service. Our main goal is that we can help you reach your existing clients as well as potential clients successfully. Call today to set up your free estimate. 1301 Productions, creative concepts for creative clients. For more information about 1301 Productions, give them a call at 424-835-1301.
K&B Improvement. No job too big or too small. Heaven knows we do it all. From carpet cleaning to house turnover, deep scrubbing, and more. Carpet restoration, we give you what you ask for. Reliable, reasonable, prices you can't beat. Let us serve you in all your cleaning needs, for we are dependable and neat. Call 301-379-5939. Kevin Best, www.kandbimprovement.com.
It is the RH3 Show. If you're just now tuning in to us, we are just getting ready, getting our day started. You all, I told y'all had a busy week and been planning the show and doing business work, and y'all, it's been a LOT. It's been a lot. And so yeah, that's what my plans are, is to. Oh, that was a long yawn, y'all. I'm tired, and so I'm just trying to press, and we got a great show playing for you today, like I said, Inside Scoop of the Red, where I give you my honest, my unscripted opinion on today's world and entertainment news. What we got in the news today? We're talking about Vivica Fox. Who else? The Black Panther movie, Queen Latifah, and a little sad story about a little guy named Devontae Hart. And so we're going to speak on that and converse about that. But y'all, like I said, that's all we got playing for you on today. Like I said, I might pull out a best of show within the last 30, however minutes left of the show, because I'm tired, y'all. I'm being real with you. I'm tired. But I'm going to go ahead and get everything going and keep it where you got it. Playing the first part is, all of this is new, but maybe at the end of the new part may give you a best of the second half. All right, how about that? Coming up next is the gospel news with Nina. Then I'm going to do my Inside Scoop with Red, and then we are going to do the Real Talk with Red. All right? All right, y'all. Keep it where you got it. Be back in a minute. Next week on RH3, beginning on Tuesday, we're starting off with a full hour of the Ask Red Letter segment. It's one of y'all favorites. I got it for you. On Thursday, we're celebrating my birthday with a full hour of fun and surprises. I just can't wait, y'all. I can't wait, but you don't want to miss it. What's a celebration without my co-host, my chances, and Day One family, huh? What is it without it? Join me every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.
Switch my old status from sinner to saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know their own inner is taint, so we must live.
If you're not tuning in to the RH3 Show weekly, here's what you've missed. We are human. It's okay to have those desires, but as I've been taught and as I've been told and as I know, is that you have to draw boundaries and abstain from all of that before. That word before is the key. Before. Afterwards, rabbits. Oh, okay, y'all. Hey, it is what it is, y'all. Come on now. Be real with me. Come on. Come on, y'all. Join me every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. For more about the RH3 Show, visit my website at therh3show.com.
Don't ever change, 'cause I got this.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Want the latest news regarding the TV, movies, sports, politics, and music industry? It is time for the Inside Scoop with Red, right here on the RH3 Show.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Give up on my way home, yeah.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Nina Taylor, and here is this week's gospel news. Contemporary gospel artist Jonathan McReynolds, a native of Chicago's South Side, learned to play drums and keyboards prior to taking up singing in high school. He was briefly a member of the group Mind Over Matter. McReynolds recorded a short set of songs and distributed it to family and friends with no intention of an official release. But it reached the hands of John Hanna, a local pastor and DJ who aired the material on a Chicago radio station. The very unofficial EP was eventually released to the public and showcased Jonathan McReynolds' intimate fusion of modern R&B, jazz, and contemporary music. In May 2012, his single I Love You reached Billboard's Top Gospel Songs chart. His proper debut album, Life Music, followed that September on Light Records and hit the top half of the Billboard Top 200. So did his follow-up album, Life Music Stage 2, which topped the gospel charts after its release in 2015. It produced 2 top 10 gospel songs, Pressure and Gotta Have You. He landed in the top 3 of the album's charts for the 3rd time in a row with Sessions in the summer of 2016. Lee Williams began performing gospel music as a youngster at the age of 8. He sang with his uncle, a member of a group called the Gospel Stars, put together as a companion group featuring Lee Williams and his 3 brothers. Lee Williams' uncle also formed a group called the Spiritual QCs. That was in 1962. QC, which stands for Qualified Christian Singers. And when the outfit broke up in 1968, Williams took the name for his own group. Although the Spiritual QCs toured off and on over 3 decades, it wasn't until the late 90s that their music was documented extensively. Williams' group peaked commercially with their 2000s hit Good Time, which entered the top 10 of Billboard's gospel albums, earned the group Traditional Quartet of the Year at the Gospel Music Excellence Awards, and was nominated for Best Gospel Album at the Soul Train Music Awards. Williams' group continued to record and tour throughout the rest of the decade. Gospel singer Rance Allen founded the Rance Allen Group in Detroit in the 1960s and was fronted by the band and his soulful soaring vocals ever since. The traditionally trained black gospel group was the first traditional gospel group to incorporate rock, jazz, and soul into their music. They were heavily influenced by contemporary Christian music. The Rance Allen Group scored a top 30 R&B hit in 1979 with the song I Belong to You. The group's recordings for Gospel Truth Capital and Stax proved quite popular among gospel audiences and had some success attracting soul fans as well. Rance Allen continued singing, recording, and performing with his group up until the next millennium, releasing Miracle Worker with the Rance Allen Group in the spring of 2000. The movie Black Panther continues to dominate the box office worldwide, grossing in just a little over a month $1.2 billion in sales. Here's a list of the top 20 highest grossing African American films to date. Number 20, Sweetback. 19, 42, starring Chadwick Boseman. Number 18, Little Man, starring Marlon and Shawn Wayans. Number 17, Think Like a Man. Number 16, Ray, starring Jamie Foxx. Number 15, Big Mama's House 2. Number 14, Selma. Number 13, Ride Along, starring Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. Number 12, Dreamgirls. Number 11, Lee Daniels, The Butler. Number 10, Straight Outta Compton. Number 9, Big Mama's House, starring Martin Lawrence. Number 8, The Color Purple. Number 7, Boomerang. Number 6, The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. Number 5, Bad Boys. Number 4, Bad Boys 2. Number 3, The Nutty Professor, starring Eddie Murphy. Number 2, Dr. Dolittle, starring Eddie Murphy. And the former number 1 highest grossing African American film until Black Panther was Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy. It grossed $595 million in sales worldwide. Well, that's your top 20 list of the highest grossing African American films and your gospel news. I'm Nina Taylor. Let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
I am back with my portion of the Inside Scoop with Red, and let's go ahead and hurry up with it, right? Vivica Fox lands a daytime talk show entitled Face the Truth. According to Variety, I believe it's Variety.com, page6.com, from, I think that's Variety or whatever. But anyway, the talk show hails from producer Jay McGraw, Stage 29, home of the syndicated series The Doctors, Daily Mail TV, McGraw, Carla Pennington, Patricia Ciano, and Phil McGraw are executive producers. The series will air on 10 CBS-owned stations, including Eyes Outlet in New York and Los Angeles. Stations owned by Cox, Hearst, Weigel, and Meredith are also on board. Face the Truth is a fresh addition to the television landscape, says Jay McGraw, who is the president of Stage 29. We have an incredibly talented cast with strong opinions who deliver a show that is entertaining, informative, and highly watchable. Face the Truth is a late entry to the fall 2018 syndication season, but the dearth of of the new first run series in the recent news of that Universal Harry's is folding its tent after 2 seasons opened up for some room for CBS to move in with a show that has been in development for some time. And speaking of that, let's take a break. Harry. That was a great show. That was great. See, you know what? They need somebody like me on daytime. So please, y'all, use the hashtag Red on daytime or RH3 on daytime. Whatever, both of those. Or just add the RH3 show on daytime. How about that? Let's start using that hashtag and just spread it, alright? Let's let it go viral. So they can get me either on this show, because they don't have much diversity. They have look like a Hispanic woman, someone an Asian style woman, a Caucasian lady, black lady, and a white man. Get me as an albino black guy. Come on. But Vivica Fox, she's on there, and they said, we're excited to bring Face the Truth to our client stations across the country this fall, says CBS TV distribution Paul Franklin. It's a great fit for daytime lineups, and Jay and his team have a stellar track record of producing successful shows. Panelists set to appear on the show include Bar Rescue's John Taffer, attorney and advocate Arvia Martin, psychologist Dr. Judy Ho, and actress and life coach Rosie Merciato. Will you be tuning in? I don't know. We'll see. I like new shows. And like Wendy said, Wendy Williams, she said they should have a network of all talk shows. Airing like the old Phil Donahue, Geraldo, Tempest Bledsoe, Tempest Bledsoe, Yolanda, Ananda, all those old Jerry Springers. Just bring it back, and just all 4 Wendy's from the first season all the way up to now. Bring it back. Just do a whole, network of talk shows. That would be great. Star Jones, y'all, she marries. She's a married woman again. On Sunday, she wed fiance Richard Lugo aboard a cruise ship to Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas in Bahamas. The wedding was part of a multiple-day celebration that also included a 56th birthday party for the blushing bride on Saturday. Star shares Instagram images of the colorful B-Day bash, which was photographed by Marrying Visuals, the company that also photographed the couple's nuptials. The birthday bride has been a busy bee, posting a slew of social media images and video from her fun double duty trip, including Instagram with her Kleinfeld dress bag. The two got engaged in October 2007 and been together since 2016. The couple often posts photos together on social media. So yeah, I think this is the same guy that I've been seeing. But yeah, prayers and everything go out to I think I remember seeing him to Star Jones and her husband now, Ricardo Lugo. They got recently married on the cruise ship, so prayers and go out to her. Black Panther, y'all. Black Panther is now officially the highest grossing superhero movie of all time. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the Disney and Marvel release achieved the milestone on Saturday after passing up fellow Marvel title The Avengers, which grossed at $623.4 million in 2012. The boot, Black Panther, is only one of 7 films ever earning $600 million or more domestically, and it's currently ranks number 6 on the list. Black Panther has shattered numerous milestones since opening in theaters February the 16th. So, ooh, go Black Panther, go Black Panther. Queen Latifah, y'all, sadly, her mother, Rita Owens, has passed away after battling with a heart condition. And this was late on last week, which around this... Let's see, when did she pass? I believe she passed away on last Wednesday, the 21st. But yeah, prayers go out to her because, she stuck by Miss Rita. And I think her brother passed away years ago, or, something happened with her brother years ago. But anyway, that was her heart. That was her heart. And, much prayers go out to, because she loved her mother and she was there for her mother. Y'all, speaking of losing someone, youth from famed photo believed among dead as SUV flies off of cliff. Y'all remember during the protesters in Ferguson, Devontae Hart, he was 12 then, and he was, him and his family, his mother, of course, adopted, and her wife had, 6 children, and they were out, giving out free hugs during the protest or whatever. And so, he was seen photographed hugging a police officer, giving away free hugs and crying in tears. But you guys, I think this has happened to be a allegedly, I don't know, a suicide attempt, because the report says they don't see no tire tracks, no brake tracks or whatever, as the SUV careened off of a cliff, and they found the 2 parents, the 2 ladies, and 3 of the children. The other 3 have not been found. So prayers to them. Yeah, it really hurts, because seeing this picture and seeing that this young fella is gone, and no telling what happened or the reason why he was adopted. First of all, no reason why. Maybe his mother or whoever the reason gave him up for adoption, wanted him to have a better life. And then this happens. That's what I'm getting from it. If all my allegations are true, which they are all allegations, it is sad, because for me to think about giving up a child for adoption to have a better life, and then somebody take their life, is selfish. It's very selfish. But anyway, no telling, and even accounts allegedly from the neighbors, saying that the children were hungry and all of that. It really hurts. But anyway, let me move on. Coming up next is the Real Talk with Red discussion, where I'll be talking about men and friendships. And fellas, we got to get this thing down pat, alright? Tuesday I talked about building a family, and we got to get that taken care of too. But coming up next, I'll be discussing on today's topic the Real Talk with Red discussion about men and friendship. Be back in a moment, alright? You're listening to The RH3 Show. You can visit my website at therh3show.com.
K&B Improvement. No job too big or too small. Heaven knows we do it all. From carpet cleaning to house turnover, deep scrubbing, and more. Carpet restoration, we give you what you ask for. Reliable, reasonable, prices you can't beat. Let us serve you in all your cleaning needs, for we are dependable and neat. Call 301-379-5939. Kevin Best, www.kandbimprovement.com.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on the RH3 Show.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on the RH3 Show. It is the Real Talk with Red discussion right here on the RH3 show. You guys, like I was saying, we're going to be talking about men and friendship. So let's get into it, you all. I'm the type of person that the reason I wanted to speak on this topic because I treasure my friends, whether it be female friends, male friends, church member friends, work-related friends. I cherish them all, and if you are my friend, you are my friend. There's no waffling, there's no gray area, y'all. It's not. But, I have been dealing lately with honesty and, someone who's not taking in honesty the way I do. Excuse me, and I know that, I know we're all not the same, but if I trust you to tell you secrets, or if I trust you to share some things with you, for one, I know that I should not have to say, don't tell nobody. And two, I know that I should not have to even, worry about it going anywhere. But what hurts and what, gets me is when it's on the other foot and you are disclosing information and say, well, I'd rather not say nothing. Wait a minute. Wait. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Or say like if me and you saying something, or you say, well, how about I was talking to such and such and they were telling me that such and such, and it wasn't, it's not no gossip session or whatever. And I'm like, who is such and such? Well, I'd rather not say. Wait a minute. You know what? That right there is your cutoff line. Don't worry about me saying anything else. And this goes to just anybody. And so, yeah. But yeah, that's just something that really took me by surprise and got me, all not really bent out of shape, but like had, me to rethink some things. And of course that happened, but that not only happened with that incident, but it that's how I am with anybody. But still, come on. But anyway, you have to treasure your friendships. And let's get into today's topic. Like I said, we're talking about, men and friendships, and without meaningful friendships, you all, we're the most vulnerable. We're vulnerable than we think. But let's give an example. Say if you there's somebody who you went to school with, or you used to work with, a long work period, and you became really good friends, like tight buddies, and then for some reason, your friendship either not really diminished, or you became long distance, or they went to another job and y'all don't see each other no more, and you got busy here and he got busy there, and it's just you kind of gotten apart. But maybe if one got in the pickle, or you got in the pickle, and I still got his number, I still got her number, I'm gonna call her, I email her, whatever, and they needed something. The big side of everything, of all of this situation, could be y'all picked up where you left off. But the downside of this situation, or the downside of that, could be, how many times are we gonna just keep on picking up where we left off? Every year, every 2 years, is that, catering to a friendship? It could be, but it's just the point of it also making a distance as well. I want to continue to keep a friendship with somebody who, I'm really tight with, like tight with. And it hurts me as a person who value friendships that every time I see my friend who I either grew up with, or see my friend who we were tight with, and we're not tight like that anymore. It honestly hurts, because say for instance, I just saw my homeboy at Martin Luther King Day parade, and so with that, that was my dog. You hear me? If anybody who I felt that was a great friend was him. Growing up, I always wanted to continue to keep a friendship with somebody I grew up with. And when I mean keep a friendship, like maybe, we don't have to talk every day, but maybe like once a week, 2-3 times out of a month or whatever. Something like that. But it kind of hurts because we were really like fingers crossed tight in elementary school and in high school. And so when I saw him, it been a minute since I seen him, but he has my number, I has his number, and we just tight like that. Well, we were tight like that, and I pray that we still are. And so when I saw him, he came over and spoke to me and my homeboys or whatever, and it's just when he walked away, it kind of like, dang, my friend is gone again. When the next time I'm gonna see my boy? And no, please don't take this as, something that, cause me and when us fellas who have good, really tight friendship with a homeboy, there is a relationship that in feelings that attaches to it. And some people think that feelings and, intimacy, and I'll talk about that, between men is kind of, feminine or gay or whatever. And that's not even, that is way far from the truth. Far from it. And so you got to realize that, we got to lock down friendships. We got to lock down and have meaningful relationships with our friends. We got to lock down and have meaningful relationships with, homies or whatever. I want to be, in everybody, I get everybody is different. Everybody is totally different. But who is a friend that sticks closer than a brother? Nobody but Jesus. That's the only close friend you got. And if somebody, okay, let's break down this description and I'll just saying, and this I think that's a scripture. I'm gonna have to look that up. But let's break down closer than a brother, that saying. If a brother is tight with you, but you got a friend that is closer than that, then obviously that relationship between you and your brother, or you and somebody who you call a brother, that has to be tight. That has to be tight. That has to be tight. That closer than a brother. Okay, so you and a brother has to be tight, but somebody who has to be tighter than that, come on. But what I'm trying to get to, of course, that closer than a brother situation is tight, but then the relationship with you and your brother, you and your blood brother, you and your homeboy, your whatever, it has to be, come on, it has to be really good. And that scripture I was looking for was Proverbs 18:24. And that reads out of the New King James Version. Let me see if I can find that Bible version. But I have the King James, but the New, let's say New Living Translations. There are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. A real friend sticks closer than a brother. Jesus is one of them. He's probably the only one that really does stick closer than a brother. But anyway, let's keep on moving and continue on with the discussion. But I was saying, about the scenario I was giving you. But I mean, sometimes we gotta get out of that. Okay, we picked up where we left off. It shouldn't have to get like that. It shouldn't. But now, I have, there's a little doubt that, if that situation or that, that relationship between you and that person who you quote unquote picked up where you left off, one of y'all, if y'all would be in a pickle, I wouldn't doubt that they wouldn't drop everything and come, and come give a hand or whatever. Both of them, but, it comes to a point to where you should already know. You don't even have to be far away or that distance, you should already know, okay, I wouldn't have to call him. He would already know. He should already know. Or, I hope y'all get what I'm saying. But, what I'm saying, even with friendships and men and friendships, it's more so what we're talking about is how to than for instance. You feel me? You get it? But since, since I admit my deep friendships tend to be few in numbers, this is how, and this is why I praise God for His word and His direction and wisdom in regards to my friendship. I'm going to go into the first section. It is divided up into intimacy, sharing, and, godliness. Those three parts, and then a conclusion. I'll start with those three and then probably conclude whenever I get back. We'll take a quick break and more with the RTWR show. Don't go nowhere. All right? Be back in a minute. Are you looking for an experienced and passionate video production company that values your time and resources? Then look no further. 1301 Productions specializes in creative promotional concepts that promote your product, brand, or service. Our main goal is that we can help you reach your existing clients as well as potential clients successfully. Call today to set up your free estimate. 1301 Productions, creative concepts for creative clients. For more information about 1301 Productions, give them a call at 424-835-1301. Next week on RH3, beginning on Tuesday, we're starting off with a full hour of the Ask Red Letter segment. It's one of y'all favorites. I got it for you. On Thursday, we're celebrating my birthday with a full hour of fun and surprises. I just can't wait, y'all. I can't wait, but you don't want to miss it. What's a celebration without my co-host, my chances, and Day One family, huh? What is it without it? Join me every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.
Switch my old status, that's from sin to the saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know their own inner retain, so we must live out our lives.
We're back. Yeah, if you're just not joining us, we are in the second part of the Inside Scoop of Thread, and on the second break of the second half of the whole broadcast or whatever. And so, previous commercial. Check out the broadcast on next week. It's my last week until my vacation, and so I don't know how long that'll be. I'm planning on doing just a week or 2 weeks. It depends. It really depends. But just bear with me. But next week we'll have a great week, a great celebration week. Got on Tuesday, full hour of Ask Red Letters, and I'm gonna be preparing that probably. I usually prepare that and do promotional time after Thursday's broadcast, but I did some promotional audio recording first part of this week, and so today I'm gonna do commercial wise, and as well as prepare for next week and see what we got. But we got a great show planned for you next week, and on next Thursday is my birthday celebration. Yep. And we got a special guest, Ashtoni Mays. I believe that's her name. Ashtoni, Ashtoni Mays. And she'll be in. She's a young lady, and gosh, y'all, when y'all hear her, come on here. And I had a snippet to hear her song, and so she'll be introducing that on my birthday and be playing it and airing it on my birthday episode. And Make It So Bad, you guys, we share this, not Make It So Bad, but the good thing about it, we share the same birthday, so it'll be a birthday celebration for Ashtoni and I. So yeah, so my birthday twin is going to be celebrating the birthday with me on Thursday. And so Nina gonna sit down and chat with her, and we, it's just gonna be a birthday celebration. Alright, let's continue on with today's topic. And it looks like, you guys, I am going to be with you all for the rest of the broadcast. Alright, so let's keep it moving. Like I said, we're gonna break it down about friendships. And if you missed it, check it out on Saturday. If you're listening to it on Saturday, check it out on the podcast. So by Saturday's podcast, and most preferably by next week, by the 3rd, which is next Tuesday, the podcast should be updated. All right, but let's start off with intimacy and men and friendship. But perhaps the greatest inhibition to the deep friendships among men is the scary I word, which is intimacy. Don't ladies, don't clutch your invisible pearls, and fellas, don't puck up your chest and say intimacy. No, not us. But yes, what man doesn't get slightly clammy and lightheaded at the mention of the word, especially when the object of intimacy is another man? Of course, I do. I get all bent out of shape and get outside of myself when I'm talking about intimacy with another man. Just listen. Come on now. That kind of felt awkward talking about it, but it is the truth. And let's move on. Hey, just bear with me. But the word itself has been so associated with femininity that it seems to, be the opposite of manliness or masculinity. But yet, the scripture holds on plentiful examples of deep friendships between men without even a hint of feminization of men. In other words, the problem with intimacy between men is our head and not rooted in reality. The powerful example of deep friendship evidences the kind of intimacy is not the friendship between David and Jonathan, but the friendship between God and Moses. Exodus 33:11, which would read, let's read that for a few seconds, and it read, the Lord would speak to Moses face to face as one would speak to a friend. Then Moses would return to the camp, but his young age, Joshua, son of Nun, did not leave the tent. But it's just how, Moses, the Lord would speak and talk, back and forth to Moses. And so, Exodus 33:11 records this striking assessment of God's relationship with Moses. And like I said, the Lord would speak to Moses face to face as a man would speak with his friend. This description is powerful because the face-to-face nature of it, its intimacy, is embodied in one word at the end of the sentence, friend. Somehow, y'all, even if we've never thought of it, we know it. The intimacy mean to be conjoined by this word. We know that face-to-face, as a man speaks to his bank teller or drive-through window attendant or co-worker, doesn't carry the same force. But when the Lord calls our disciples friend, could he have meant anything less than intimate affection or care? Let's read something about friend. John 15:13-15. Greater love has no one than this, than lay one's life for his friend. You are my friend if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Come on. I have called you friend, for everything that I learned from my Father, I've made it known to you. Now break that down a minute. Ain't that what I just said? When it's concerning a friend, something that I know, I made it known to you. It's not dealing with gospel. It's something, just relating a message and saying, or, for instance, say for instance, something that's detrimental to me, and you tell me, hold on a minute, Rufus. Hold on, wait a minute. You're doing something. Now, a friend wouldn't tell me before I fall in the hole or something, case in point. If I'm dealing with a situation and, something that I've dealt with, and I see you going down that same path, I wouldn't be somebody who's considered a friend. I wouldn't be a friend if I wouldn't tell you, hey, such and such, you're going down the same path. Don't do that, because I went down the same path and whatever. Don't do it. hey, like the word says, instead, I've called you a friend, for everything that I learned from my Father, I've made it known to you. Everything that I've learned from a situation that I've dealt with, I've made it known to you. I'm telling you, look, don't go that way. Don't do that, because I've been there. And folks got to realize, y'all, I had scratched my hand under my desk. But folks got to realize that. You got to realize that, you got a friend that's going to tell you the truth because they've dealt with it. You got a friend that's going to tell you, hey, wait a minute. They're watching you. They're watching you. How I know? Because they made it known to me. I'm letting you know that, look, watch what you do. Co-worker. You're coming in late, da-da-da-da-da. The boss sees you. I hear them talking about a water cooler, about a copier, that they looking at you. Watch what you do. I call you friend because something that I've learned from my boss, I made it known to you. Come on here. Come on. That's intimate and that's deep, love. And I can feel that, I have intimate friendships with, fellow men and women. But even so with my brothers, that's that tight bond. And that's something that sometimes that tight bond has to be broken, because friendship has, some of it has been severed. We're not on the same path anymore, partner. And, you've done some things that, I'm tired of going down the same road. Basically. Let's move on. Sharing, y'all. How often do men cultivate intimacy leading deep friendship? That's a question. Answer me that. Well, there probably aren't any, slam dunk activities or programs that magically inspire intimacy without another dreaded activity, which is sharing. I can hear the is and you come on. All the way down, to South Carolina. I can hear y'all talking all the way up north. Those is listening to me, up north. Those is listening to me in Colorado. I have, seen on, that folks do listen to me there. But I can hear y'all, your talk or whatever. Can't we all just watch the game and exchange high five without when the team scores? And yes, but I'm with you, fellas. I'm with you. I really am. But of the 100 men that, that watch games, that I watch, the few of them that I've watched games, and I know that watch games, and I see them on social media that watch, the games. A few of them would make, my list, would really make the list. My list of, deep friendships. Some of them would, But certainly these kinds of outlets would give us, wide associations, but they don't tend to cultivate the kind of depth and loyalty needed for bearing the weight of a true friendship. And some of these are just basically associates, but to have a deep and true friend, come on. The differences between the men that, that I hung out with, and the men that count as friends, and comes down to how much we share ourselves. Friends, friends share the meaningful things. They do. They take the courage of risking or becoming transparent, sharing burdens, hopes, fears, triumphs, failures, questions, resolutions, tips or whatever. They do. But again, our model for this is none other than our Lord Jesus. He does all of that. Like the song says, who am I that you are mindful of me, that you hear me when I call? Is it true that you are thinking of me? Come on. How you love me. It is so amazing. Why? Because I am a friend of God. Come on here. But when he calls his disciples friend in John 15, the grounds for the friendship was what he shared with them. I no longer call you servants. And we read this because the servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I called you friend, for everything that I've learned from my Father, I've made it known to you. Most men don't cultivate deep friendships because sharing makes them vulnerable. Sharing makes them, I gotta do this and I have to do that. No. If you feel that, you have to, I'm not gonna let you do it. No. But the irony of course, is that they long for deep friendships, but have chosen the path that prevents them from having that. And last section, godliness. One of the things that pains me, is to hear people say that they find it easier to make deep lasting friendships with non-Christians than they do Christians. And that is sad, but it is true. It hurts me to hear them, say that. But it's basically true, because some of these Christians, even in, local churches, are all stuck up and dealing with traditions. And if you don't go to the same church I go to, or if you don't worship the way I worship, you're not your friend. But when I hear this, it bothers me on so many levels, y'all. It bothers me, and I ask myself, is this a person attached to godliness or worldliness? But really, sometimes, even so, I had a person to say, and this is not dealing with friendship, but this is dealing with, the two terms, godliness and worldliness. I had, I entered in a contest to do a album cover for a secular artist. And so I shared it on social media, and somebody was like, why would you do that? You shouldn't do that. And, I wouldn't do that, and why would you do that? And you live the way you live, and you a Christian, and this, that, and the third. Wait a minute. The word says, for me to shine my light so bright that I'm paraphrasing it, that the way I live my life, something to that effect, others will be blessed by it. Y'all, I hope y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm not no Bible scholar, no theologian or whatever. I know the word, but I just can't get it down pat. But I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. But that is, hey, look, I'm gonna be in a place to where my life will be so bright, and my walk with Christ will be so bright, somebody else could be blessed by it. Hello, somebody. But I wonder if I wonder if folks would, it's not really, who are saying that, it's actually when you hang with worldly folks, trying to not really change them, but be a light and a blessing. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But I want to propose a question. Should not godliness and the things of God be the most attractive things for the people of God, and therefore the surest basis of deep, meaningful friendships? But that seems to be the case in God's selection of his friends. For his faith in God, God called Abraham his friend. Jesus calls the disciples his friends because they hear and keep the word of God, and they obey Christ. Godliness, perhaps the essential ingredient for building lasting, deep, God-warded relationship between men, and it should. Without godliness, the temptation, godliness meaning the lowercase g, the temptation will be toward worldliness and sin and hostility towards God. Without godliness, without it. But Proverbs 1, do not make friends with a hot-tempered man. Do not associate with easily angered, or you may learn his ways and get yourself in share. If that is not true, I don't know what it is. I don't know what is. Because I found myself, hanging with certain people, and I'm getting angry and getting upset. But how the way they got upset? But come on, y'all. Friendship either powerfully strengthens or corrupts our worship of God. We have to watch as well. We building these friendships with our brothers and with other folks. We got to watch it, because if it's not meaningful to our lives, and this is where that unequally yoked come in at, because that statement and that phrase really not only deals with relationships, but it deals with other friendship in other areas. But either friendships either powerfully or strengthen or corrupts our worship with God. If we hanging out with somebody, like I said, with worldly folks, and it's sad, like I said before, some people say it's easier to hang with world folks than it is with Christian, because Christians want to judge. But wait a minute, You don't want to do what your worldly friends doing. It's good that you are actually shining a light and being a blessing to them, but it corrupts. It can either strengthen or corrupt our relationship with God, our worship with God. Why? How? Because if we hanging with a worldly friend who cusses or whatever, all that stuff gonna come into our spirit, and then we can find ourselves cussing somebody else out, and that's not good. And that's not good because the word talks about a bridle tongue, and if you're not be able to hold it or whatever, come on. But so godliness in our deep friendships is essential. Consider carefully the psalmist's declaration: "I am a friend to all who fear you, to all who follow your precepts." And the wisdom of the Psalms 12:26 says, "A righteous man is cautious in friendships, but the way of the wicked leads him them astray." In conclusion, y'all, and I'm gonna close and I'm gonna come back and close out the entire broadcast. Nearly some of the stuff that I've said assumes some self-centeredness. It assumes that we need or should have friends for ourselves. And sometimes it does. But everything that I've said should also instruct us in the kinds of people, the kinds of friendships that we should be to others. After all, the essence of Christian love is self-giving, not self-processing. A few questions, may be helpful through our quest to be a kind of friend. We see in scripture: is this person a God friend? Number 1. 2, can I share meaningful things with this person? 3, is my unwillingness to share connected with a character, a fault in other or in myself, like fear, destruct, or whatever? Am I being too passive in cultivating meaningful friendships? If so, how will I change the pattern of behavior? Am I making myself available to other men for godly friendships? Intimacy is created by sharing with godly friends, is the path of deep friendships, you all. And such friendships is not only manly, but they are also necessary and wise. Without them, we are more vulnerable than we think, and with them, we are more settled on a path of godliness than we think. But to put it bluntly, the absence of deep friendships and the active cultivation of such friendships may be evident of real immaturity and self-protective cowardness. But no man of God should live that way. No man should live it. I'll be back to close out today's broadcast. Be back in a minute. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Red, host of the RTWR Show. I come on every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With my broadcast, I give you my honest, my unscripted opinion with today's world and entertainment news. Plus, we have real-life topics. We have grown folks discussion. That's the Real Talk with Red segment. Within that segment, we also have an Ask Red Letter segment where I read the questions from you guys and answer any questions that you may have, snafus or whatever that you're going through. So join me every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also a repeat broadcast on Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the number one inspirational source for heart and soul music. Peace, party people. Bye-bye. I'll see you later. Know that I love you for real, and always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, and love beyond words. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise the
Alright, you all, thank y'all so much for riding with me, and I thank y'all so much for believing that I was going to be here with you all for the end of the broadcast. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at thertwrshow.com. I'll check you all out on next week during my live birthday celebration week. Join me Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not only, next week, every day. Every week, Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the RTWR Show. Again, like I always say at the end of my broadcast, know that I love you for real, and always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, and love beyond words. I'll see y'all on next week. Alright, peace.
If anybody wanna come and praise the I know I gotta praise him now, praise the blood they call it, to switch. Praise the Lord. Praise the perfect party to switch.
Peace party people. See you later.
Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.